on the Danish news agency Ritzau. Last week it seemed like you were a bit surprised with the Copenhagen strategy, the Copenhagen approach to the game. Which kind of approach do you expect from Copenhagen tomorrow?
No, yeah, I was surprised, as I said last week, especially because I watched many games and they were off the ball, always defending with line of 4. And then against us they were line of 5. Even the last game they played 2 days ago, they were again line of 4. So the reason why we were a little bit surprised was for that, but then we tried to adapt immediately. And tomorrow, to be honest, I don't know if they're gonna be in one way or the other way. We see tomorrow.
Andy.
Hi Enzo. May I ask about? I believe he's been out training anyway. About Cole Palmer. His stomach problems were big news at the weekend. Is he fighting fit again, raring to go?
Cole, Rhys and Christo today has been first session. Yesterday they were not here, and 2 days ago we had rest. And the reason why is because all of them they had some problems, but today they were all back and they are all better.
So does it seem like there's been kind of an illness going through the squad, perhaps?
Yeah, probably, yes, I don't know.
Does that worry you for tomorrow, or is everybody okay and good?
No, yeah, as I said, yesterday they were not even here, all of them. Today they trained with us, so they took part of the session, and we see for tomorrow if we're going to use some of them.
Just on a separate issue, there's kind of a curiosity around this game that if Tottenham win tomorrow and Chelsea win and both go through, you play your first leg of the next round away. If Tottenham go out, you play at home. So I'm just wondering if you're going to be a secret Spurs fan tomorrow, because it's usually the best thing is to play away for the first leg, right?
Yeah, but first of all, because it's an English team, so I hope for them they play against. So it's an English team, they play against the Italian team, they destroyed me in Italy.
Alkmaar, Holland.
Yeah. So yeah, no, it's an English club, so I hope for England that they go through that game. Yeah, as you said, but you never know. Sometimes it's better to play at home, sometimes it's better to play away. So we just, first of all, we need to be focused on us and win, make the job, and then we see the next round.
Liam.
Hi Enzo. How difficult a balance is it in terms of your selection and your strategy dealing with the game tomorrow, while also knowing that you have this massive game against Arsenal?
The priority is tomorrow. For us, the priority is tomorrow because it's the next one and it's the most important one. Then after tomorrow, we start to think about Arsenal. But for sure, we're going to be focused on tomorrow game.
Are there any players you think might not be quite physically ready for tomorrow, but maybe ready for Sunday?
The only one that is still injured is Malo Gusto. I mean, the only one, new one. Then Non is still out, Nico is out, the rest they are still out. But the rest, I think they can play.
How is Romeo looking? Just because he's been such a big player for the team when he's been fit.
It's much better. Romeo is much better. He's not in a Conference League squad, unfortunately. But yeah, now it's for him. It's more or less similar to Rhys James in terms of the main target for us. The main duty is to help him to be, fit until the end and play as much as game he can.
Over here, please.
Hi, Farsson from Tipsbladet. Sunday, FC Copenhagen played a game against a lower team in the league in Denmark, and you said that you saw it. Could you use that game for anything? Because they played quite badly in Denmark in what we think was the game.
You mean the one that they drew 1-1, the last game?
Yeah.
No, it's a different game. Every game is different. It's a different game. Tomorrow for sure will be a different game. So I watched the game, but yeah, I think it's nothing to see with tomorrow game. It's different game.
So you can use it for anything, or?
No, it's just we watched the game to see how they behave. But as I said, also I watched many games before the first leg, and then they changed completely the way they play against us. So we see tomorrow.
Peter.
Hi Enzo. Can I just check on Nicholas Jackson and his progress? Is he on course to come back from the international break or sooner?
Yeah, no, he could be back probably after the international break. Him, Noni also. This is great news because, as I said, now before the international break we have 2 games, 2 effort, tomorrow and Sunday. and then finally we have international break. We can recover energy, we can recover players, and go for the last sprint.
Can I just ask about your style of playing, just style of play in general, really, in the Premier League? Because it feels like with the Premier League today, a lot more high pressing, a lot more sprints. It seems like that direction of travel is where we're going, a lot of transitional football as well. Do you think the game is changing from your perspective, and where do you see your style fitting in that, in those changes within the league?
But I think football always evolve, but then you can find team in the league that they just play in one way, or team that they play in different way. We have, I think, 20 clubs in the Premier League, and more or less we are all different. There are teams that they try to be aggressive and high pressing, teams that they prefer to sit back and go in transition. I think off the ball, the way we play since we started is quite clear. We try to be aggressive, and on the ball also we try to control the game and score when we need to score, defend when we need to defend. In this moment, I think we are the second or the third best attacking team of the Premier League, so that means that we are scoring a lot of goals, and defending also we are there. But for sure we can attack better and we can defend better.
In third row, please.
Hi Enzo, Christian from Danish Media Pulse. You switch your goalkeepers sometime through the season, and last week you told us that you were going to start Roberto Sanchez in the game in Denmark. He also played against Leicester, if I'm not wrong. So can you say if Philip Jørgensen are going to be in the goal tomorrow, or if you're going to pick Robert?
We see. To be honest, I didn't decide yet, and we have still more than 24 hours, and we can decide one of them. But as I said many times, they are both very good. So.
And just a question on Philip Jørgensen. Yesterday he was called up for the Danish national team. Can you say if you have been some kind of part in the process by speaking to the coach, Brian Riemer or Philip or something?
No, absolutely.
But how do you feel about him?
No, happy. Yeah, happy for all the players that they can join international team. It's nice. It's something good for them, for us, for as a club. So we are quite happy in that.
Kieran?
Enzo, how are you? Randomly, can I take you back to 2006 UEFA Cup and getting all the way to the final? You scored twice in the final, beat Middlesbrough. I was reading back about how massive that was for the club, for the players. I think a couple of the players said it got you addicted to winning. Do you think the Conference League can be used similarly for Chelsea? But how big would that be for your players to go all the way in this comp?
It could be, even if I think Seville's history is very different from Chelsea. I mean, Chelsea is a club that every year they fight for, especially in the past, they fight for important titles, Champions League, Premier League, these kind of things. And it's a bit different from Seville, that was a club that they never won nothing until that day in terms of European competition. So it was the first one. And then since there, they won more titles. But for sure, when you start to win, it's something that you can be addicted. You know, you can start to win, you enjoy how to win games, and hopefully can be for us exactly the same.
Just Liverpool PSG went to penalties last night. Do you bother practicing them out there? And if it comes to that, or you get a penalty during the game, do you get any sense Cole Palmer? I mean, I don't get the sense that he would be bothered by what happened previous. Do you think he'll be fine stepping up under that pressure? Absolutely. I said after the game, Cole is going to miss more penalty, and the reason why is because the one in charge of to shoot penalty. If you don't shoot, you don't miss. So I don't have any doubt that in the future he's going to miss more penalty, but also he's going to score more penalty. And I don't think that the other day penalty affect him in negative way.
In the back, please.
Yeah, Zach from Disney Plus. You've worked with the two most promising goalkeepers in Denmark right now, Mads Hermansen at your time in Leicester, and now Philip Jørgensen. Can you make a short comparison of the level and the attributes of these two players?
Yeah, both very good. Mats last year with us did fantastic season. Philip this season, when he's playing, is doing well. So they are, for me, both very good, both very young, because I think Mats is 25 now and Philip is 22 or 23. So I think Denmark, they have keeper for many years. They have still, the main one, but behind him there are two young keepers that they can be the future of the international team.
I love the way he plays football. I love the ideas he has, and I think he's amazing.
We'll go to Liam.
Hi, Liam. There's a lot of responsibility on you on the pitch to play those progressive passes out of defence. How much do you think that leans into what you do best as a player? Do you feel like you're being maximised in that way? Yeah,
definitely. I think the gaffer knows what sort of player I am, and he puts me in positions where I can shine. I think them passes come off naturally. When I got top players like, for example, Enzo, Cole, the ones that play in the pockets, that understand where the space is, and they make it easy for me to find them. So I think it's really down to them boys.
And how has it been since Wesley got injured at the start of December? You had that really consistent partnership. Since then you've played with a lot of different defenders, sometimes slightly different combinations. How's that been for you? How have you had to change things?
Yeah, it's fine. I think no matter what player's coming in, if it's for me or for someone else, they're all amazing players, and we're all together to help each other. I think that's the best thing about this group of boys that we have. They're all pushing each other, and we all want each other to do well. So no matter who comes in, they're all amazing, and we all complement each other.
Go to Dom.
Hi, Levo. The quality of performances so far in this competition has been very good by Chelsea. That's partly because of the quality of opponents they've faced, and that means that there have been some really big wins, some big scorelines. Given that the scoreline that Chelsea lead by 2-1 heading into this second leg, you're obviously going to want to win the second leg by a lot of goals, but if you don't, might you as a defender quite relish the opportunity that this competition could get into the serious phase now, where there might be some back to the walls defending?
I think, speaking with the players, we've taken every game seriously. I wouldn't say any game's easier. Of course, we've got amazing players that on the pitch show their qualities, and that's maybe why we've won certain games by so many goals. But every game's serious, and playing away, of course we won 2-1, but now we're back at home. It's we're gonna have the fans behind us, and of course we're gonna want to score as many goals as possible tomorrow.
Andy.
Hi, Levi. Just going back to what you were saying about the manager earlier, when you say words like amazing and somebody's great ideas, would you mind elaborating on that for us a little bit, and tell us also, if you don't mind, about him as a bloke, as your boss, as a human?
Yeah, of course. The ideas he brings in training to help us break teams down, it's all down to him. The games we're winning and we're playing through other teams. It's of course because we're top players, but also because he sets us up correctly to look good on the pitch and to score goals. I think all the games we played amazing this season has been down to him. Of course, we've got amazing players that are going to help us pull off what he wants us to do, but at the end of the day, it comes down to him, in my opinion. And as a manager, and a person, he's top. He pushes us every day. Obviously, he's serious at times, but he can also be a bit of a joker with us. And he's got a great balance, and you don't want to get on the wrong side of him.
This is the bit I'd like to elaborate on as well, if you may. Just because we see him in one dimension here, and you see him throughout the week in training, you say he can be a bit of a joker. I mean, in what sense does he do that?
Of course, in the right times, he might be a bit unserious with us, but I think a majority of the time he's always work. He's a top professional. But, at the right times he might mess around with us.
May I ask any examples of that?
For the top of my head, I'm not too sure off the top of my head. I'll have to.
I remember Mourinho used to throw acorns at players when they were doing stuff on the floor and things like that, and play tricks on them.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Like
I haven't seen him throw an acorn yet.
Sorry.
Go to the gentleman at the back.
Yeah. It's different to compare the quality of leagues. I mean, Premier League is a mark for most people that want to come and play in the Premier League. How do you rate the power and the quality that FC Copenhagen came with? You played one half against them, compared to the opposition you face in the Premier League on a daily basis.
I think the players they got are really good players, and as a team they perform to the best. I think going up against them, we were all mentally prepared to know that this is going to be a really tough game, just like a Premier League game. We didn't take it any different, and come again tomorrow, that's the same mentality we're going to have, because they are a really good team and really good players.
Okay. Gentleman with the cap.
something. Another question on FC Copenhagen. You came into the break, and after the game, Maresca said that he was quite surprised about the approach from FC Copenhagen, playing 5 in the back. Were you also surprised of what you met in Parken in Denmark?
I wouldn't say I was surprised when I came on the pitch, because obviously watching the first half, and like I already said, they're really good players and a really good team, so I was ready for that. Of course, the gaffer watches all their games and he tells us how to play against them, so when they change something like that to play against us, it can be a bit different. We've got to change, and we've got to show that, you know, we are young players, we're experienced enough to know, okay, we're going to play a bit different here, or they're going to play a bit different against us, and we need to handle them situations. Not every game's going to go the way we want it to, and the best players, you know, show no difference.
Kieran?
You'll have known Thomas Tuchel a bit from when he was here. You had a chat with him since he became England manager, and I think the first squad is announced on Friday. So what are your ambitions moving forward?
Yeah, of course I would have known him from when he was here. I trained a few times with him and went pre-season with him, so I know he's a top manager, top guy. And yeah, I've had a chat with him, and he just caught up on old times from when I was here. And obviously I already know him good enough anyway. And then of course, you know, hopefully I can get called up for this camp coming up. To play for England is a dream come true for anyone, and to keep playing for them feels as good as the first time, I say that. So yeah, hopefully I can get called up on Friday and we go from there.
Just as someone who played, I know maybe not played many games with, but spent pre-season with Thomas, you'll know him already. What kind of a manager are England getting?
From what I see when I was here, you know, he's a really demanding manager. I think all the top ones are. They push their team and they want to get the best out of them. And you know, when he won the Champions League here, I think you see it, the high energy, and I think he's a great character to be around.
Okay, we'll end it there. Thank you, everyone.